Have you ever thought that your next decision might not truly be your own? The concept of free will has fascinated philosophers, theologians, and scholars throughout time. But are we really free to make decisions in complete autonomy? The concept of free will is closely tied to our perception of independence and uniqueness. In the collective imagination, free will represents the freedom to make decisions in absolutely autonomy, without being influenced by external factors. This concept is the foundation of our economy and society, where we believe that every individual has the capacity to evaluate the pros and cons of a choice and select the one that brings the most utility or happiness. But is it really that simple? Free will is often associated with our mind or self, that part of us that makes us who we are. This self is responsible for our decisions and actions, giving us the impression of having control over our lives. However, this perception might be an illusion. To better understand free will, we must explore its biological origins and the role of human intelligence. Our mind is a complex interplay of biological, chemical, and physical processes that determine our behavior and choices. But to what extent are we truly free to make decisions? We are beings made of matter that over millions of years has taken the form we know today. We have evolved from primitive beings developing basic instincts such as eating, surviving, and reproducing. These instincts are common to all living beings and are deeply rooted in our biology. With the evolution of intelligence, especially human intelligence, we became aware of these instincts. This awareness leads us to develop desires and ambitions that go beyond mere survival. We want to become doctors, explore space, travel the world. Everyone has different desires and spends their life identifying and discovering their place in the world. We feel free to make any decision, change our minds, and behave as we wish, feeling that sense of individuality. These desires gives us the impression of being free and unique. But are they truly ours? Human intelligence is what sets us apart from other living beings. It has developed relatively recently, over tens of thousands of years, compared to instincts that have been taken shape over millions of years. We can imagine our mind as a computer with ancient hardware but updated software. The software is our intelligence, while the hardware represents our body. This advanced software allows us to process complex information, make thoughtful decisions, and turn our desires into actions. However, a significant part of our behavior is still governed by instincts. These instincts influence our desires and consequently our choices. We give the name free will to all of this, but we must consider that the desires driving our decisions are merely the result of biochemical reactions in our brain. Neurons transmitting chemicals and electrical signals determine our behavior. These natural phenomena evolved over millions of years are interpreted as the origin of ourself, the part of us that makes decisions. But how does this self appear? There are various theories. One interesting theory suggests that consciousness is an emergent state that manifests when we process information. If a single neuron transports and processes information individually, no notable behavior appears. When neurons work together, the result is the conscious human being. If free will exists, it's something that emerges from biological, chemical, and physical processes. We cannot know if there is something metaphysical beyond these processes, as the metaphysical by definition, is beyond the reach of our senses. Therefore, setting aside this aspect, the desires that drives our decision do not originate from a self separate from the matter we are made of. This led us to a startling conclusion. We cannot choose what to desire. Desire itself is an integral part of our biological programming, like a computer's BIOS. We can choose what to do with these desires, but the origin is beyond our control. Moreover, even if we have the freedom to decide what to do with our desires, these decisions are not free from external influence. Studies have shown that our choices are the result of various influences exerted on us by the world, things, and people. Advertising, social media, and much more infiltrate our minds and condition our thoughts. Marketing campaigns are designed to exploit these influences. They study how we make decisions and structure their messages to make us decide what they want. We are not rational at every moment of our lives. Often we make impulsive decisions and delude ourselves into thinking we have complete knowledge. Our choices are easily manipulated because we are not aware of all the external influences acting upon us. For example, a simple change in how a product is presented can influence our decision to purchase it. This phenomenon is known as the framing effect and demonstrates how easily our choices can be manipulated. Additionally, our decisions are influenced by emotions. When we are happy, sad, angry, or anxious, our ability to make rational decisions is compromised. Emotions can be easily manipulated by external factors, making our choices even less free. In the light of all this, it seems we have minimal control over our lives. Our decisions are influenced by desires we cannot control and by external factors that manipulate our thoughts. The illusion of free will gives us the sensation of being in control, but reality might be very different. However, not all is lost. Even if free will might be an illusion, we still have the power to explore and understand ourselves better. We can become aware of external influences and work to minimize their impact on our decisions. Before surrendering, we must consider that there are still many unanswered questions. For example, we do not know if there is a deeper stage of self-awareness beyond our conscious mind. Perhaps our self and free will reside in this deeper level. Research on free will is far from concluded. New discoveries in neuroscience and psychology could reveal aspects of our minds that we currently do not understand. Until then, we will continue to explore and question this fascinating issue. Free will is a complex and multifaceted concept that has fascinated humanity for centuries. Even if it might be an illusion, the search for answers drives us to explore our minds and understand ourselves better. The research continues, and with it, the hope of finding our true selves and free will somewhere. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed exploring the concept of free will and its complexities, be sure to check out more of our content. Here at Luminal Thinking, we believe that tackling tough questions is the key to reflection, learning, and growth. Our unique blend of philosophical inquiry, scientific exploration, and personal considerations offer a fresh perspective on life's big questions. If you want to support our journey and gain access to exclusive content, consider becoming a patron. Stay updated by subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell. Thank you for joining us, and I'll see you in the next video.